What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Refinement. It's 2024. Today I want to help you guys solve two of reselling's biggest problems. Also, I'm giving away 2 Super Bowl tickets, which is very exciting. Before we get in the video, maybe you guys can guess how much 2 tickets were to Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. Way more expensive than I thought. And also, the resale value is pretty good on them. So whoever wins these, let me know in the comment section below. Would you resell them, or would you actually go to Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas, or does it depend on whether or not your team made it? But the first biggest problem that I want to talk about, there's 2 major problems. The first problem is getting people to actually find your items. That's the traffic part. So to give you guys an example of traffic, because I've been trying to research what topics I should talk about on YouTube. And the Super Bowl is trending like crazy, right? So many people are looking for, when does the Super Bowl start? What time? Who's going to be singing at it? All that stuff. It's like searched nonstop 24 hours a day, and it probably will be until the Super Bowl happens on February 11th, right? It's a super, super popular trend. Now, I sell on Poshmark and I sell on Whatnot. Those are the 2 platforms that I resell on. Those 2 platforms are not popular at all. If you look at Google Trends, they've been declining year after year. Even eBay has been declining for like 10 years in a row. Not that many people are on those websites compared to before. It's like declining every single quarter. Less people are interested in it. On a scale of 1 to 100 of popularity, Whatnot, the platform that I'm on, is only a 3 out of 100. No one is really searching for it, which is kind of shocking to me, because I feel like impulse buying is what the United States is designed for. And for some reason, Whatnot is not popular at all. The biggest complaint that you hear is, why isn't Whatnot doing more advertising? Why isn't eBay doing more advertising? Why isn't Poshmark doing more advertising? They are. It's just that they're competing with things that are way more cool and way more fun, like the NFL. Literally like 3 or 4 million people Google what was the score to their team on Monday. That was so shocking to me. Millions of people just looking up the score. Not even the people who are looking to buy things, buy tickets, buy merchandise. I didn't realize, maybe this is silly of me, but I didn't realize how big sports are. So I'm super jazzed about giving away 2 tickets. The link to my Whatnot show for the 2 tickets is in the description below. It's a buyer's appreciation, so you do have to buy something in the show. And that's essentially what I'm talking about. Whatnot, sadly, my contract expired with them and they never renewed it. So I am not under contract with Whatnot, which is really sad, because I feel like I'm bringing them a lot of traffic, but there's no contract, there's no money, there's no bag for me to actually promote them. So I have to do my own promotion. Everybody has a sign-up code, right? For me, if you guys sign up, you get $15 free. I get paid a little bit on the side as an affiliate code, but like, I have to do my own work. You would think giving away something as crazy as Super Bowl tickets, they would help out, but they're not. It's kind of insane. So please help me out. Go to my show, buy a pair of shoes. I have 3,000 different styles of this shoe I'm selling right now called Cariuma, and hopefully I make my money back. We'll see what happens. So the tickets were very expensive. I don't know if people were guessing how much they were in the chat.
Charm City thought $1,300 each. I put in a poll.
Oh, you put in a poll.
I put a poll. I said, I'm giving away 2 Super Bowl tickets. Would you go to the Super Bowl or resell them for $20,000?
Yeah, so yeah, they were $18,000. So I don't know if that's, you guys feel like that's a lot or not. Maybe for you it's not a lot. For me, it's a lot of money. It's like, that's like the cost of a car. So I spent 18 grand on tickets, hoping to drive people to my Whatnot show, and hopefully a lot of people will talk about it, and that hopefully will pay off, right? We don't know, but I'm kind of tired of waiting for these platforms to do advertising. They're not. Like, eBay is just raking in millions of dollars by increasing their fees, and they're not doing any more advertising. That's interesting. They do basically the regular advertising, nothing special, nothing unique. Why don't they just pay The Rock? I've been talking about this for years. Why don't they pay The Rock and Kevin Hart to sell stuff on eBay? Instantly, you would get like 2 million people who sign up for the site. I don't know why they don't do that. It seems like they don't want customers, because they're not doing any influencer marketing with the big guys. It's like The Rock and Conor McGregor, these are just like regular celebrities. They have like the #1 and the #2 tequila company because they talked about it. That's crazy to me. It would be so easy, in my opinion, to get eBay to triple in size if they just use the top influencers in the world to push their product. Whatnot, as you guys know, they're not really using the influencer marketing either, in my opinion, because like they're not paying big celebrities to do it. And I feel like, is it because their website's not good enough to hold the traffic? I don't get it. Is the app even gonna work when I try to give away Super Bowl tickets? Because I'm hoping there's gonna be at least 1,000 people in there trying to get it. The average cost of a pair of shoes in my show is gonna be around 30 bucks. For 30 bucks, you get a chance to win Super Bowl tickets. Also, there's a disclaimer there. You technically do not need to buy anything. So you could sign up using my code, go into the stream. When I'm giving away the tickets, fill out the form on the bottom, and you don't need to pay. You can get Super Bowl tickets for free. Like literally no cost. So how many bots are gonna be in there trying to win an $18,000 prize on that day? But honestly, the odds are really, really good because you go buy a scratch-off ticket. I don't know how much scratch-off tickets are, but you can win like 100 bucks or 500 bucks and they're like $2 or $5 and you have a really, really low chance of winning. This you can win $18,000 for a lot less or for free. So it's kind of insane right now. I'm gonna see how this marketing works, but traditionally giveaways have worked for me, and all of this entire facility is going to be ready to ship on January 19th when I do the show. So I'm hoping the show happens, sell out. And I might get my second biggest problem resellers face in just a second. The first one is getting people to actually see your item. That's definitely one of the biggest problems as resellers. How many people have DM'd me over the years asking me, how do I get more people to get to my listing? And that's what my whole channel is about. Practical advice to get yourself to rank higher. But still one of the biggest problems. I don't know if people have any questions or feedback.
They're shocked at how much it was.
It's ridiculously expensive. $18,000 for two tickets.
$18,000.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I am the
so
real
much
Murph says $1,800
Yeah,
each.
Christine thought they were $1,800 each.
I was
right
like,
there.
100?
They're $9,000 each, including the service fee.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. It's super duper expensive. And those were the cheapest tickets. The cheapest tickets were 18 grand. You can spend 50 grand per ticket for the Super Bowl to get really, really good seats. But honestly, I've only been to one NFL game, and I think it's better higher. It's really hard to see when you're lower in the stadium, but again, I'm not a huge football fan, so I don't know. Maybe it's better to be lower in the stadium, but you can't see as well as being a little bit higher. I've only been to Levi Stadium one time for a Niners game.
Charm City says, maybe Whatnot can't handle the influx of business. Maybe they can't scale for some reason.
So do you guys think eBay has that problem? Is eBay's infrastructure not strong enough to host of like, if The Rock and Kevin Hart walked around their house and sold 10 things, I feel like it would break the internet. If The Rock was like, you know what, I'm gonna sell off some of my WWF stuff from when I was in it, right? Before WWE. When I was in it, I'm gonna sell some stuff that I exchanged with Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's not gonna break the internet? I feel like that's worth it. Well, he's gonna charge $25 million for that, and then 18 million people will be on eBay that day. How is that not worth it? That's like the same cost as a Super Bowl ad, but it would actually work. So there's a rumor that Whatnot bought a Super Bowl ad. I don't know if that's true or not, but hopefully that would help. But please help me out. Go to my Whatnot stream and sign up, buy a shoes, or at least hang out with me that day and see if I can get my cash back, because I'm taking advertising into my own hands now.
Eileen Yanes says, we sell sneakers, everyday sneakers. Why do you think sellers that don't do $1 starts are having a harder time on Whatnot?
Competition. It's just hard. You gotta have a more entertaining stream to win. I have a whole bunch of different strategies. You guys know I have 2 streams now, and I'm really, really enjoying Whatnot, but it's hard. It is competitive. People are very sharp. It's not like eBay. eBay is much easier. eBay and Poshmark, the competition is much lower. Like the average eBay seller is listing 0 to 10 items a day, and okay titles, okay pictures, okay item specifics, a couple of things wrong here and there. The pricing is a little bit too high. That's your average eBay customer or seller, right? Compare it to on Whatnot, you only have to look through 3 or 4 streams before you see somebody starting at $1. And the brands are amazing. That's why I don't get why Whatnot's not doing better. This is a Lululemon sweater that I bought on Whatnot. The MSRP is $118. I got it for 20 bucks. It was brand new with tag. I took the tag off before the stream. Like, people are desperate to get that traction going. But how come there's not more people? Like, You could buy this sweater for 20 and resell it for 50. That's like, oh, that's an okay profit. That's like, for most people, that's better than going to the thrift store. So you see Lululemon, you see Gymshark, you see Patagonia, you see North Face every day. Rinzi is being really successful. If you watch their stream on Whatnot, they were on Poshmark. They reached like 900K. Now they're selling multiple millions on Whatnot. And it's still not that popular. I don't get it. How come there's not like 4,000 people in their stream? Because getting North Face for under 50% off is really cheap. They're selling really good brands. North Face, they're selling Patagonia, they're selling Spider for really cheap. I'm just shocked that there's not more people on there. Like, I would rather go on there and get a little entertainment and buy something on the low than go on the Whatnot or on the eBay and you can't even see the item really because most people's pictures are bad. So I don't get why live streaming is not more popular yet. It's really not popular. It's literally on a scale of 100, 3 out of 100 according to Google Trends. It's dead. It's like as popular as where do you recycle cans? It's just not popular. I don't get it.
Daniel says eBay live traffic seems super high, which is great, but they are just dragging their feet on letting new sellers on.
I know. They only let like 100 people stream. So what is the point of that? Like, and those people, they don't even have a lot of items to sell. We're selling over 1,000 items a day now. And if you do a live stream with 100 people, like the whole website has millions and millions of people. There should be 50,000 people streaming on eBay. And I really don't like the eBay store fees and the eBay insertion fees. Those are so dumb. They should just have a flat final value fee. And if you want to play the promoted listings game, go for it. But like, it's so confusing for sellers to start. And essentially what I think they're doing is they're taxing sellers that don't know what they're doing. Right? You go onto the website, you casually sell, you have no idea what promoted listings are. You slide really, really high. You're like, why not? I'll get a store. Why not? Let me pay all these insertion fees. And you have no idea what you're doing. The sellers who know what they're doing right now are actually having an easier time on eBay, in my opinion, because it's a lot harder to get started, right? It's the same as any platform right now. It's harder to get started. And I honestly think streaming is still in its infancy. It's not very good right now. Most people are just doing it at home. There's like maybe like a 6-month window right now where people could go in and try to make as much as possible. And in 6 months from now, we're going to be competing with MrBeast on Whatnot. And then how are we going to even do it? Because he has 100 million subscribers. Imagine if MrBeast went on and sold MrBeast sweaters. They would sell for, he'd be like, I'll wear it before I ship it out. And each one would sell for $5,000. If MrBeast did a show, he would literally break the internet. If the One Piece cast on Netflix, they decided to auction off all the costumes from the Netflix show, it would go nuts. They just haven't done any of these things yet. So I'm waiting. I think that we have to take advertising into our own hands right now. And I know what people want, which is problem number 2. How do you find stuff that people want? Do you guys think that's the biggest problem or the second biggest problem? The 2 problems today are, how do you get people to see your item? How do you get stuff that people want? Those are the 2 problems I'm addressing in today's video. Let me know in the chat. Are those 2 problems you're facing? Don't have what people want? No one's looking at your listings. If you do, ask questions. This is a live Q&A. We do this every single Tuesday.
Yeah. I'll end the poll for now. It was 30%. Well, what do you think?
I think more people would resell them.
You're right. So 30% said go to the Super Bowl. 70% said resell the tickets.
And if you guys don't remember from earlier in the stream, I'm giving away 2 Super Bowl tickets on a Whatnot stream in a couple of Fridays from now on January 19th. So please buy something. If you buy something before the show, it'll ship out as soon as you buy it. So you can buy something today and I'll ship it out tomorrow. And you can get it before the show even starts. Come to the event and you have to be present to win. But I'm giving away 2 Super Bowl tickets and they cost $18,000. Ridiculous. And sadly, my credit card company didn't even ask me if it was legit. It just went through. So it is kind of scary, but we're doing this. We're giving away Super Bowl tickets. Also, let me know in the chat what else I should give away. I don't want to give away a car or something that's difficult to ship. The digital tickets I'm going to transfer to the winner right on the stream, live. So tickets are really easy to transfer and to resell. So hand it over to the person. They can let me know if they want to resell it or they want to go. I would love for someone who wins to actually go to the game, have a life-changing experience. 18 grand you can make again. Going to the Super Bowl, once in a lifetime.
Kat says, where did you get this stock, if you can say?
Yes, so right now I'm using a broker, and the company is called Ghost, GHST.io. My broker's name is Chad. So when you reach out to them, you can let them know that you came from the Daily Refinement channel, and I'm working with a guy named Chad. Essentially, a broker is called a jobber. A jobber, Jobber. Jobbers represent brands and companies when they liquidate goods. So that's what I use. I use brokers to find me goods at this point. So I started with thrifting, flea markets, garage sales, and now I'm buying past season goods. So this right here behind me, this is a brand that I'm reselling on the show on January 19th. I have 30,000 of their returns. So this company had returns. All these boxes have been opened and the shoes have been tried on by the customer. Actually, some of them they haven't even tried them on, but most of them they've been tried on, put back in the box and sent back. I would say less than 0.01% of them have issues. We only have one box over here with some mismatched shoes and a couple of them people wore, but honestly that's like 30 pairs out of 30,000. Very, very few. This is a really clean lot. And this is why I don't recommend buying 1 or 2 pallets from a pallet company like liquidation.com, bulk.com. Very scary because you don't know which pallet you're getting, right? The sizes range from size 5 to 13 and a half. Let's say you bought a pallet and it came with only size 5. You'd be in trouble. But I am trying to take the risk out of it by buying all the returns so I get everything. So as you guys will watch me over the next couple of months, there's been a whole bunch of different brand deals that I've made directly with the brand. Also, because of that, I have the invoices from the brand, right? So in Whatnot, it's like, where'd you get these? I can upload the invoice and tell them exactly where they came from. In fact, once you start doing some volume, all these companies, eBay, Whatnot, Amazon, they want to know where the stuff comes from. You can't do high volume and they don't know where the stuff's coming from. It's way too risky. So that is the, for me, I like to stay in this this category, which I call everyday value, because I think I know what people want, which is a good deal. These sneakers have been selling like crazy, and my videographer bought some, my wife bought some, my grandma bought some. Everybody is buying stuff because it's a good deal.
Yeah.
People need sneakers, they need a good deal. You can attest, why did you buy so many?
They fit well,
Okay.
and there's so many different styles that are cute. So I ended up buying so many.
More than 10, I think.
Yeah, I think I got I don't know, 15.
How many did you keep for yourself?
Just a handful, because I gave some to my brother and my mom, and they're great.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
They're great.
So yeah, see, I think people want a good deal. So
Yeah.
essentially, that's what I'm shopping for right now. I'm looking for the best possible deals, and that's what I'm selling. So whatever is depressed and there's an issue like with these cannot really be, these cannot be resold by the brand because the boxes are all damaged. So you can't, if you go to a retail store and the average retail of the shoes is $130, you don't want to pay $130 and the box is destroyed. This is not a good, positive experience. Plus the shoes have been tried on. It's like, I don't want to pay $130 for something that's been tried on and the box is destroyed. If I'm paying full retail, it better look like gift quality. So it depends on that. And I am essentially doing sample sales now, so you guys can look at that company, 260 sample sale. They're really blazing the path in this type of industry. Or the company Gilt, G-I-L-T. Those companies are doing what I'm doing, but with a website. Also, maybe something more familiar with you guys. Ross, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, they do the same thing as me. So I'm doing the same thing as Ross, TJ Maxx, and Marshalls, but without the brick and mortar. So have you guys been to Marshalls, Ross, or TJ Maxx? I hate waiting in line. It's like, if you go on a Saturday, you might be in line for an hour. So it's not the positive experience I'm looking for. Nordstrom Rack, it's not a good experience. But here's the thing that's really wild. We are in this recession, right? But if you go to Marshalls or TJ Maxx or Ross or wherever these discount stores are, there's still tons of people inside. People are still spending money. They're just shopping at Marshalls and not Nordstrom or Bloomingdale's.
You might have already asked or answered this, but Kat is asking, where can I get bulk stock and vintage stock? Vintage?
Bulk vintage is like There's a few different suppliers, but essentially I would go through a rag house or a consolidator, like something like Fleek. But I bought a couple of lots from Fleek and it was just so-so. Like I bought a vintage lot, but 50% of it was 50% of it was reproductions. So it was vintage, but only like a few pieces were vintage. The rest of them were just old. There's a big difference between old, like worn, and vintage. So like the one that I bought had all this Nintendo stuff in it. Mario, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, great stuff that's on trend. But like most of it was from Walmart in 2006 and newer. None of it was vintage, not even really Y2K. And they sell for about $8 or $9 and they cost for about $4. So like paying $4 and selling it for $8 is hard. Getting the all vintage ones, those ones the price is a little bit higher. It's like 8 to 10 per piece, and then you got to really know what you're doing to sell that for a lot. So I would recommend Rag House, and I think donations are at an all-time high. Let me see 1 second. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
This is Chris. Okay, I'm gonna send somebody. Are you in the front of the building, or in the back? In front. Okay. I'll come out. I'll come out. How does he not understand I'll come out? Let me just let them know. Go ahead.
Let's see. For questions, I tried a little Q&A thing, but I think I'm just going to read chat.
Okay.
Eric is asking, how are you liking your space here?
Oh, I love it so much. It's so nice having room. Like I can't, like having space is so awesome. I told you guys how happy I was moving from a storage unit to a warehouse. I was so happy in my Oakland space. Now I have an even bigger space, even more happy. So like, I don't know, looking at different options made me realize space is so important to me. Like at home, I'm trying to sell everything that I have so I can have more space at home. You know, I'm trying to like simplify my life so I have more space in my schedule. Space is just so important to me. Now I understand why ocean views are $20 million, because that feeling you get from the endless space is so nice, right? I imagine if you could do space travel or you could have a hotel in the sky in the clouds, that would be very expensive, because it's like such a nice feeling having everything organized.
That would be crazy.
Like right now, I don't know if they can see, but over here, all of our stuff is palletized. Mm-hmm. So it's like so nice being able to put it right onto a pallet. Stuff over here is all organized by size. My whole inventory is organized by size, everything. It's like tens of thousands of things are organized by size. And the processing is really fast. We're selling something every minute. So that's like, I can now kind of see how business works. At the top level of e-commerce, they're selling about 1,000 items a minute. I can now visualize what that looks like. It's just like a couple football fields of this is what it would look like on the inside. Mm-hmm. But I love space so much. And if I was gonna do reseller launch and I came to your house, that's the first thing I would do. I would just try to make as much space as possible, because that mental clarity you get from working in a clean, clear space it's so powerful. I think you would stop overbuying. If I came to your house, I made a nice little space for you to work, cleared off. Everybody has enough space, it's just not organized right. Put everything in the boxes, put it in a separate area. You have a nice clean area to work. You start working and you see that productivity, you'll get addicted to it. You will stop overbuying, because you want to keep that space and you'll actually want it to grow. You'll want a bigger and more comfortable place, more comfortable space, until there really is nothing that's out of the ordinary. It's just really, really, really nice being organized and having space, and I want everyone in 2024 to have more space than they need.
Mm-hmm. Eileen is asking, do you think listing more and often every day increases traffic on eBay?
You should list every single day, and the cat's out of the bag at this point. You want to list earlier in the day because more people, you want to be higher in people's inboxes. So I would do all your listing in the morning. I already go over the schedule in my group. You can join it patreon.com/theresellerspodcast or at dailyrefinement.com. I explain how I would resell right on the front of the website for free. Dailyrefinement.com, you can go there and read through how I would resell start to finish. But I would wake up, I would do customer service, photos and listing right in the morning. Knock it out of the way, right? Customer service, shipping, photos, listing, then I would start whatever else I'm doing. If you have kids, do it before they wake up. It's like right now, I've been waking up around 4:30 and having about half an hour to an hour by myself before I go to the gym. And that time is so nice. Before my kids wake up at around 7. When my kids wake up around 7, that's it. I basically can't do anything until I go to work. When I get home from work, can't do anything until they go to sleep, which is 7. I don't know, those of you that say that you're doing your business when you're with your kids, I don't know how that's possible. Unless you're just giving them an iPad. I don't know how you could actually be trying to be present with your kid and getting up some photos. It's completely opposite. Like, the only way I can see it is if you put them there and you're taking pictures while talking to them, but that would be distracting. Like, my daughter has a toy plastic cell phone, and she sees everybody on the phone, and when she's 2, when she's out, she wants to bring her phone so she can act like adults and look at her phone when she's outside. She thinks she doesn't know why people are doing that. She's just copying them. Mm-hmm. But like, that's not what I just think you should, if you have kids, you need to do it before or after they go to sleep, or when they're during the nap time. I don't know how you can do it at the same time. I think that's the most frustrating thing in the world, to expect yourself to do both, right? If you're in a stage in your life when your kids are little, you probably can only do 0 to 5 listings a day. There's nothing wrong with that. Why would you beat yourself up trying to do 10 to 20 a day when you can't? The only way you could do it is if you ignore your kids for an hour and knock out some stuff. But I just want you guys to take a step back. That is a different stage of your life. Wait till they're in school. Like, Natalie just went to preschool, and it's like I got a whole section of my life back. So much extra time once they go back to school.
The Freedom Project is asking, if I want to change from bulk items to more unique but more expensive items, does it affect that I list less items?
No, it's if you list less but better items, eBay is okay with that. It's the more but worse items that doesn't work. So this week I've been hammering goals into people because it's the beginning of the year, and a lot of people say they want to list 10, 15, 20 items, and they don't even know what that means. 10 items a day that are good, let's say 10, even $10 profit, but I recommend 20. 10 $10 profit items is way harder than people think. They like just casually say, I'm going to list 15 items this year, $20 profit. That's 6 figures. 15 $20 profit is like $109,000 a year. That's really hard. What people end up doing is they list a couple good items and 13 bad items. That is hurting you. Increasing the quality of your listings makes your traffic go up, not down, even if you have less listings. 2 good listings a day is better than 20 bad listings a day, by a long shot. 20 listings that are bad, you're just training eBay that you don't know what you're doing. Don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. Gotta always have that value. And value doesn't come from what it costs. It comes from what it's worth.
Kat is asking, if I source from eBay, can I provide a proof of purchase screenshot from eBay when the companies like eBay ask? What if it's a random person and no invoice?
I mean, unless you're doing over 100,000 a month, or it's a risky category, it doesn't matter. Like, they're not going to pay attention if you buy all your jeans on eBay. You're sourcing specifically, let's call it Charvet dress shirts. I went over that this morning in the call. There's like a 300% sell-through rate. So if you buy a Charvet dress shirt, you're probably gonna get $40 to $70 for it in a week or 2, full price, because there's just so few of them, right? There's also one on auction right now for like $10. Maybe if you win that one, you can flip it. You don't need a receipt for that because there's only 50 of them. And Charvet is not gonna come after you because that's not a thing. They're not a Vero brand. You just need to have all things like that in your store and you'll be completely fine. This morning, a bunch of people were posting the items that they're finding that you are totally unassuming. Charvet is a perfect example because that brand looks unassuming. It looks like a Walmart brand, but it's worth $40 to $70 pre-owned. So as I move forward this year, my main focus is just research and education. I don't want people hanging out as much in the group. I want you to come in, post your improvement of the day, post a little tip that you got buying something, and then go back to your work day. If you want to hang out, that's okay, but like after you do your work. Hang out after you've proven to the group that you're actually doing something productive, because I don't know, unless you guys resellers just want to hang out all day, but I feel like that's not a productive use of a resource. I'd rather you guys actually improve if you're going to be in the group. I'm charging $1 a day, so if you guys are in it for $34.99 a month, I want you to actually be getting that value out of it. Way more, like whenever I hear a tip from someone, it really changed. The business has just been from compounding from all these ideas from all these different people. Like I'm just shaving seconds and processes and steps out of everything, and it really helps.
Herdersey says, does the bins model, COGS $1 to $10 net profit work if I want to make 100K?
Yeah, it's just around, let's see, if you're making $10 profit, it's 30 a day. It's probably around 5 hours a day of bin shopping, Monday through Friday, and about 2 hours a day of processing. So if you watch my video, the daily refinement 1 hour method, I think it's on my website too. It's free, right? You just copy what I'm doing with the bins model. You can make 6 figures in about 8 hours a day. 3 hours a day of listing, processing, shipping, customer service, 5 hours a day at the bins looking. I think that most people at the bins know that, but not very many people do that. I think maybe, this is only a $10 profit, 8 hour day. If you had a $20 profit, it would be 1 hour a day of listing, shipping, customer service, only 1 hour, and 7 hours a day at the bins. So let me know in the chat, what do you want to do? 7 hours at the bins, 1 hour listings, photos, and all that stuff, or 5 hours at the bins, 3 hours photos, listing. But this is actual full-time work. To make $100,000 a year, you need $100,000 a year effort. So I've seen some crazy plans in the group. I want to make $100,000, but then their actual plan is $12,000 a year. That's got to be frustrating. You're trying to make 100K, but you're only doing $12,000 worth of stuff. You want to lift 100 pounds, but you've only lifted 10. It's just, you're setting yourself up for injury. So just like take your time, right? I'm not where I want to be yet, but that's okay. I don't deserve to be where I want to be yet. It takes a long time to build up everything, so it actually makes sense.
Another question from CAD. Could someone with no following sell to the level you are, or do you think it's more of leveraging your reselling following?
You can't resell without being consistent. And if you're consistent, you develop a reputation. So inconsistency, you will never get to making a full-time living in anything. It's just not possible. But like this stream is brand new. It's already doing fine. So like you don't have to, this model that I'm doing right now on the second stream is copied from another stream. And that stream, their first week, they did $50,000 on whatnot. First week, no reputation, right? But everything's set up pro. Space, supply, streamer, lighting, consistency, every day streaming. Right out the gate, they were doing about $8,000 a day because everything was set up with 0 following. Don't need a good following, you need a good offering. Good offering. Don't need a following, need an offering. Right? If you came on and you said $1 Gucci, there's not going to be 1,000. $1 Gucci, guys. That's what we're trying to do here. So I'm selling $130 shoes right now for $1, right? It's bringing people to the yard. That's what you need to do. We're selling good deals here.
D is asking, what if your room looks like a bouncy house full of clothes? What do you recommend?
Okay, what I would do, if I came to the bouncy house of clothes, first thing I would do is Marie Kondo style. I would take all the clothes out of it. And if you really want to slap yourself in the face and do a good job, I would just put it all on your bed. So you could just see the magnificence of this pile that you have got, right? Then after that, I would just start sorting. Depending on how much stuff you probably have less stuff than you think. You can definitely get through this. What I would do is I would buy some moving boxes from Home Depot. They're like $1.50 each. I'd buy 20 of them, stuff them completely full. Get the ones with handles if you are not strong enough to pull it up from the bottom. Box everything up. You don't need to sort any of it. I would just box it all up, then just list it one box at a time. That's how I would approach it. The bouncy house option doesn't work. You would go in there and you just feel depressed, deflated, beat up, and you would just get on your phone and get on Instagram. Eat some ice cream. It's too much. It's too visually, it would just destroy your soul. That's why I was saying space is key. If I came to the bouncy house, I would immediately create some space. I would box everything up, stack it up in the corner, turn facing the other corner, and just work my way out of that hole. Right? Maybe right now you're in a 7-foot hole and you can only jump a foot. Right? You currently do not have the skills to jump out of where you need to go. Does anybody in the chat have that? You do not have the skills currently to get out of your situation. I bet there's some people listening right now that you don't have the skills to get out of your situation. You're spending more money than you make every single month, and you don't know how to fix that. That's okay because there's YouTube, which is 99% free. Come on here, learn how to be better with your money, learn how to be better with your space. Time, money, space is reselling. Time, money, space. Knowledge. Time, money, space, knowledge. What to buy, where to find it.
Your average Matt has a whole scenario that he would like you
Let's
to have
do
an
it.
opinion.
What's the scenario?
Okay, he says, what are your thoughts? I have an opportunity to buy out another eBay reseller. He wants $30K for the inventory. There's
Yep.
7,000 items, with eBay value of $425,000. The store did also $450,000 last year. I looked at the goods, but hard to go through 7,000, but looks okay. Average sale price is $35, and half of the inventory is priced over $50 to $2,000.
I think it's worth $1 a piece at most because you have to reprocess it. So I don't trust other people's listings, right? So, and you can get those kinds of goods anywhere. He's asking $30,000 for all of it for 7,000.
Yes, he wants $30K for 7K items.
I wouldn't do that because like $30,000 you can double $30,000 just buying regular stuff without having to reprocess all that stuff, because unless you trust it completely, but I wouldn't, because you only need like a few defects on your account to get in trouble with eBay. I would want to relist every single item, and buying 7,000 items for $30,000 doesn't make sense to me. It's way too expensive. That kind of stuff, if you don't end up buying it, ends up getting donated. So like when you're liquidating your eBay store, I would only expect $1 a piece max. These shoes, if I tried to get rid of them, I think I'd have to sell them for like $2, and they're new, $130. If I tried to sell all of them at one time, I'd probably get $1 or $2. These are new items. So a pre-owned item, $1 would be the most I could possibly pay for that, and that person's not going to accept that because they already put so much effort in the listing 7,000 items. So it's a tough situation. I feel like those businesses are really hard to exit because like, who is going to buy your store? The only way to do it is like you sell it to somebody working for you. Like your lister wants to buy the store, they know they did the work, they trust you, or your shipper. Maybe that makes sense, or your photographer, but to an outsider, how do they know the listings are good of what's left? What if 450 grand of the good stuff sold last year and you're left with all the duds? Buying eBay stores it's so excruciatingly painful. I bought a lady's store with 600 items for $500. And she was so happy because she didn't have to donate it or take everything out of the bags. I had to get all the items, take every single item out of the bag, and then resell everything. All of our listings were not really worth that much because in theory, you could just discount your store and everything would sell.
Daniel's asking, what are your thoughts on 24-hour streams like Kraken Hits?
So good. I love Kraken Hits so much. It's a really, really good stream, and I think that I want to model myself after them. It's like goals, hashtag goals for me. I like 24-hour streams because less competitive in the middle of the night. People are shopping nonstop all day. People are on their phones spending money nonstop. And so I would rather do it all day and capture when it's the busiest in the evening and capture when it's the least competitive in the morning. So I bet at 2 o'clock in the morning, there's a lot less people selling clothes. So I want that slot. Right now we're starting as early as 6. but I want to go 24/7. That's the dream. That's the mission.
Jody's asking, is Mercari a good platform?
Yes, Mercari is fantastic. Only problem is that it's front loaded with traffic. So we were talking about in the stream how it's difficult to get people to see your item, right? On Mercari, they're probably going to give you 100 people the first week, and then maybe 10 people the next month. So they really try to sell your item at first. So when you're selling on Mercari, please put your best foot forward, because otherwise your item's going to be suppressed in the algorithm. They really, really just try to give people fresh deals on that site.
Deborah was saying, if Whatnot is only the 3% platform, which are at the top?
Amazon and eBay. Amazon crushes, and then eBay. eBay is pretty good. So I gave you the 3 popularity out of 100, right? eBay is 49%. It's pretty good. That means like it's right in the middle. A lot of people search for eBay. Tons of people search for eBay, how to sell on eBay, what to sell on eBay. I got this on eBay. Hauls, auctions, treasure hunting, garage sales. eBay is quite popular, actually. You guys know this, right? You guys are watching YouTube right now about eBay, about reselling. It's popular, right? My worst performing videos are the ones that are talking about Whatnot. It's not popular. Amazon is a 90 out of 100 in popularity. Extremely popular, right? You have Jeff Bezos trending like crazy with his new body and girlfriend. He's going crazy, richest man ever. Space travel, all that stuff. He's like going crazy on all the social media, talking trash. So you got Jeff Bezos going nuts. You got Amazon involved in everything. People ordering stuff and getting it in an hour. Amazon is mind-blowing. There's an Amazon warehouse everywhere. They're basically in every single city, everywhere. So Amazon is trending hard, so hard. So like, I don't know I can't even explain to you how popular Amazon is. Right? Maybe you don't need me to tell you, but Amazon is insanely popular. There's basically, you can be an overnight millionaire on Amazon if you put in the work. Okay, by overnight I mean 3 to 5 years of hard work. With 3 to 5 years of hard work on Amazon, finding the right product, sourcing it, quality control, getting it ranked, right thing, right time, you could kill it. The like baby bibs, right, for my son. I think that person sells 1,200 sets a day. It's a lot. It's a lot. So like, they're selling 60 an hour, 1 every minute, just baby bibs. Pack of 12, $9.99. And it's a highly recommended. If you have kids, get more bibs than you need. It's a laundry problem, which is okay. I'd rather have a laundry problem than throw up everywhere or spit up.
Sleeping Elephant says, thoughts on Stanley Cups for resale?
I was on that a long time ago. You guys saw me with the sippy cup. James in the UK calls it a sippy cup, but I have been on the Stanley for a long time. It's really good for reselling. It's because it's really trendy. The problem is it's really cheap and there's not much margin. So you could buy them for 30 and sell them for 50. You know, there are ones that are worth more, but you gotta like wait in line, you gotta factor in your time. And the place that I find them the cheapest and with the most availability is Whole Foods. Because a lot of regular people don't go to Whole Foods. And so, and a lot of people that are at Whole Foods don't buy the Stanley Cup. The Stanley Cup is like a suburban person that buys that generally, right? You see it in the SUV, the Stanley Cup, it's like a status symbol. That person sometimes doesn't go to Whole Foods for some reason, because here at the Whole Foods, you can go in there and they have Stanley Cups in stock. You go to Target though, no way. You're not getting a Stanley Cup at Target. I don't get it. I wouldn't resell something for $10 that's brand new. That's quite scary. Spending $30 to make 10. I don't know if I would do that.
Jamie is asking, are you selling on Amazon?
No. My last listing was removed because I didn't have enough of them. So I was selling on Amazon until about October last year.
Eileen says, with the live shows being the new trend, do you think that resellers that don't do lives and just do it the old way can still be as successful against live sellers?
Of course, definitely. You get way more money. So if you look at my Poshmark closet, my average sale price is $50, right? And the store made $70,000 a year, and it takes half an hour a day. That is totally the fixed price model. Only great stuff, only great deals, less than 1,000 items in your store. I have 52 listings on Poshmark and I have 10 sales a day. Really, really small, specialized. I only add stuff to the store that sells right away. So that's how I would do it. Live is volume. Live is volume. You got to move a lot of stuff to make up for the margins. One thing that is like, this is really good to give you guys an example. Most of the sneaker sellers on Whatnot are gone because it's too hard. The sneaker game, Nike's rare stuff, is so hard unless you're just beating people up on the trade-in. That's the only thing I can think of. Like, you open a store in the mall, we buy sneakers. People come in, you lowball them. Worth 100, 30. Worth 200, 90. You just lowball people all day, you can sell on Whatnot. But if you're trying to buy sneakers and resell them at a normal profit, you don't get enough money on Whatnot. $200 sneakers only sell for $120. So you gotta really destroy somebody on the buy to make any money in that category. Live streaming is really difficult. It's harder than fixed price.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Daniel says, so much attention and traffic on TikTok. Best ideas on how to use that traffic for your Whatnot streams?
Yes.
TikTok.
So,
the light came on.
Kraken Hits is such a good example. Hopefully that made a difference in the lighting. Kraken Hits is a really good example of this. They post Squirtle memes, the Pokemon Squirtle, and right now that Squirtle meme of him playing the saxophone is trending. So like he keeps posting that, and then at the bottom it says, link to get $15 off on your first purchase on Whatnot. And he's just doing that over and over again. Now he has 500 people in this chat 24 hours a day. He's using Squirtle. So I need to get in on that. I'm trying to get my meme game up because that is like so epic. Imagine like you post Squirtle playing the saxophone, you have 200 people in your chat. What a good conversion. And you don't even have to make Squirtle playing the saxophone. Somebody's already made that meme. You just got to plug it into something else.
Thomas says, there's a saying, it takes 10 years to be an overnight success.
Yes, that's such a good thing. It takes 10 years to be an overnight success. The thing is, on Amazon, it is kind of sudden because you do all the work to get your item to rank. Once it's ranking, you start printing money. On eBay, though, it's a bit different. It's a slow grind. You slowly grow over time. Your store gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it reaches a critical mass, which is around 1,000 items. And 1,000 items doesn't take 10 years. It just takes like a year and a half of quality listing, starting from zero. So you're never going to have that huge windfall of cash from eBay, though. It won't make you a huge amount of money one time. It'll make you consistent money forever. It's different.
Mm-hmm. There's a follow-up on that situation with the $30,000 for the 7K items.
Yep.
He's saying that the guy will also throw in 7 to 10 warehouse and industrial shelves and a rolling ladder and Goodwill supplies, and he has a relationship with the higher up at a Goodwill where he can get truckloads of inventory monthly from Goodwill.
Let me know how loud that is. I'm curious.
Yeah, sorry about that
I
noise.
think that it's not worth it to me because equipment and stuff is not that expensive. I feel like I have every expensive toy, and it was like maybe 10 grand in equipment, and I have everything that's expensive. Like getting that at a discount for 2 grand is not that big of a deal. I would only buy a store if they had a contract for new supply. That's so valuable. Somebody has a contract with Lacoste for their returns. That's a business. You would buy that, and it's going to print money forever. But a connection to Goodwill, you can get that connection to Goodwill. That's not that special. Whoever has more money gets the contract to Goodwill. It's not special, and the goods require so much processing. All of reselling is just processing. I had to take every single one of these shoes out of the box and process it. It takes hundreds and hundreds of hours of processing through all 7,000 items. I'd rather just start over brand new instead of taking it out of that person's inventory system.
Jonathan says, any tips on how to source online for a small eBay seller?
Yes. This morning we were helping a lady in the UK do this. Her goal is $20 profit. She's only sourcing online. Her goal is 350 pounds per week profit. That's around 1,500 pounds a month is her goal. She's a small seller, right? So I'm gonna have her make a list of 100 things on a website that she uses in the UK to find good deals. She's gonna make a list of 100 things that she is gonna look for that yield a $20 profit, and she's gonna check that list 10 times a day. That's the plan. Hopefully the 100 things she's looking for are not the same 100 things everybody else is looking for, so she can actually get it. That's it. Online arbitrage is just checking the same things over and over again. There's no secret to it. There's no shortcut. There's no software. There's no BS. You just gotta be an expert at about 100 different things that you know will sell for a profit.
From earlier, Jackie said, watching from London and shocked to hear about Whatnot in the US. It's growing slowly here due to recent clothing options. No adverts either.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they're gonna do adverts. They're not. I have to give away $18,000 worth of tickets to get people to show up. I don't even know if they're gonna come. It's like I'm betting that they will come because so many people are looking to go to the Super Bowl and trending and looking for it. So I'm hoping that I can get on the Reddit or something and people are like, oh my God, this guy's giving away Super Bowl tickets. All I have to do is buy a pair of shoes. How else? Would you rather buy a pair of shoes if you're broke to get a chance to go? Like you're just a random person in Ohio and you want to go to the Super Bowl. You don't know anything about reselling. You're getting a pair of shoes that you need anyway and a chance to go? That's what I'm trying to do. Provide everyday value and make sense. Now, I wish that I had a $15 product because you get $15 off your first purchase with my link. If I had a $15 item you got for free, I think I would get the most people in. And I can't sell these at $15. I don't make any money. So I wish I could sell these sneakers for $15. I feel like it would go berserk. Right? But it is what it is. I think this year will be the biggest reselling year ever. And then I don't know what'll happen after that. I know this year will be big though, because so many people are moving. There's so many donations right now.
Kyle says, what are your thoughts on creating an independent online store as opposed to eBay or any of the mainstream platforms?
It's okay if you're great at marketing. Gotta bring your own traffic to the site. It's too hard to rely on eBay, Amazon, Mercari. They don't value people unless they pay them. eBay is really hard without promoted listings if you're selling common items. So building your own store and selling common items, equally difficult, because on eBay, you're paying a huge promoted listings fee to get people to show up. On your own website, you're paying less money for marketing, but you have to do the marketing. So your time in making the ads to get people to go, right? So let's say it gets suspended on Whatnot and I need to sell on dailyrefinement.com. I now need to figure out a way to get people to go to dailyrefinement.com. That's just marketing.
Eileen's asking, what's the turnaround time to be approved for the Facebook group? Do I need to sign up with my business Facebook or my personal?
I'll get you in today. It's usually one day.
Yeah. They said they paid the $4.99 one.
The $4.99 is just the podcast, but yeah, I'll get you in. Don't worry. I'll check it out and I'll verify your membership today.
I for Profit is here. They say, are you going to make a special content plan to drive people to the show for the tickets?
Yes, Vince, great question. So we're gonna try running ads. I've never run ads before. So we filmed the commercial earlier. So I'm gonna pay and run the ads on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and we'll see. I've never run a commercial before, so I'm gonna run an actual commercial. Let's try this. So let's do it big. I wanna run an actual ad. See if I can convert, because I'm gonna try to bring people from Google, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, pay for those people to come into my show and see if it's worth the money. Because I don't want to say sick and tired, but I'm tired of waiting for Whatnot to, I've been trying to renew my contract since June. It's already January. That's like 7 months I've been trying to get them to help me out with something and I still don't get anything. I get a phone call from Whatnot, but they don't help me with anything monetarily. It's expensive to run ads and get people to come to you, so I really need to figure out if it's going to be worth it or not. But my guess is right now a lot of people are not doing their own advertising for Whatnot. So we'll see if it works, other than cracking hits. A few people have mentioned Kraken Hits. I love that model. It's so dope having that many people all day.
Cad says, how long will it take to get through your current inventory?
Hopefully, all of the inventory here and in the other unit will be gone by March 1st. So, hopefully fast. By March 1st, I want all of it sold through. So, it's January 9th. That's scary. That means my Super Bowl show's in 10 days, guys. Please bookmark the show and buy something from the show so that you can win tickets to the Super Bowl. Hopefully it's somebody from my YouTube subscribers. That would be so much better rather than a bot.
Yeah. Jonathan's asking, do you think eBay promotions are worth it?
Yes, and yes, if it gets you the sale. Like, if you really are desperate for the sale, then of course you pay to make it work. The problem is when you buy something to resell, right? And you're paying like $5 to $10 and you make a $20 bill. That's really nice, right? But like once you start having to pay $5 or $10 to eBay to get a sale, then it starts getting scary because it kind of like doubles your cost of goods, right? So like buying for $5 and selling for $20 plus shipping sounds good until you have to pay eBay $5 or $10 to get that sale. Then it's like very, very difficult to make any money. So a lot of people are kind of confused right now because they're spending a lot of money on promoted listings, getting a lot of sales, but they don't have any money in their bank account. So that's why like I think promotions is the least important part of eBay selling. It's important, but not as important as finding the right item. The example that I was giving earlier, Charvet dress shirt, this guy has a listing, one picture, Charvet shirt, large. That's the title. Not very good title. 2 terrible pictures, dark, fuzzy. Still sold it for $22 plus shipping. No promoted listings. You see how the heavy lifting was done by the brand and the size? Charvet is a great brand, large is a great size, $22 is a great price. Great price, great size, great item, sold. So that's how you can solve it right now. Relying on promotions, selling a Thomas Dean shirt for $17.99 and 13% promoted listings, perfect pictures, that's really hard, right? Really, really hard. And Thomas Dean makes a way better shirt. So, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It's freezing in here. Man, it's so cold. That's the one downside of a warehouse. It's like, it is like, for me, it's freezing. It's 54 degrees. I literally am freezing my ass off. It's 54 degrees here. I know you guys are in some places that are actually cold though. Let us know in the chat what's cold for you. For me, 54 degrees, I need my Carhartt.
I know. Just sitting and not walking around makes it colder. What's cold for you guys?
Oh, so cold.
I for Profit is asking if the ad is funny or share-worthy aside from the Super Bowl tickets.
It's not. It's share-worthy because of giving away free Super Bowl tickets, but it's not funny. Should have been funny.
I should have thrown you a football or something.
Dang, it's not funny at all. Yeah, if I threw a football and it hit somebody in the head and they were knocked out, that would be more fun. But see, like this is where, man, that's such a good comment because it's not a shareable ad. So I need to make something shareable. I saw this guy, he made this top 10 list to remove dark circles under your eyes, and it was shared like 30,000 times.
Wow.
And he sells, like step number 7 is his product. And I was like, that is so smart. No advertising budget. People were like, hey, Francine, your eyes are looking a little dark. Check out this tip list that this guy made. That happened 30,000 times. So, dang, that's so good. I do know that some people do share my YouTube content if they find it useful, but I don't have any like funny. Entertainment is so important. Entertainment is big. Right now, I think entertainment's definitely the best industry because so many people like don't want to put in the work for 7 to 10 years to make something work. They just want to distract themselves on social media. So A lot of money in entertainment right now. If I could choose to start over again, I would be doing an entertainment channel, not an education channel. I'm too far, I'm too deep now. I'm 7 years into making educational content. But if I could start over, I might recommend my kids do the entertainment side. It's a little bit, much bigger pool, because when you hit it and you become viral, there's a lot bigger upside.
Jamie says it's 23 degrees here in Michigan.
Ooh, 23 degrees sounds horrible.
I for Profit was saying maybe you can use Fiverr to find a creator to create a funny ad concept.
Yes. See,
Yeah, for
Vince, I
scripts.
should be hiring you. You should be working here, because Vince is actually a good shoe seller. I just try to find good shoe deals. But Vince knows everything about every shoe. And not everything about every shoe, but he has a really good shoe knowledge. And that database really, really helps you. And he's a top 10 shoe seller, guys. Everybody follow Vince, I for Profit. Top 10 seller on eBay. So that means, like, we did the math. Out of every 8,000 people, he would be number one. That's like how rare it is to become in the top 10 on eBay. There's 80,000 sellers that sell pre-owned shoes on eBay. Very competitive, very hard to be top 10. Congrats, dude. That's like a very good accomplishment.
Patriot Girl says, I would go to the Super Bowl this year because of the location, Las Vegas.
Right?
Can you
It's gonna
imagine
be
how much of a
warm.
blast the Super Bowl is
Oh
going
man,
to
it's
be?
gonna be so good. Please, you know what would be dope if you took me? Please
The
win
two
the tickets
tickets
on
and the-
January 19th and take me. That would be sick. That would be so dope. Please win, take
That would
me.
be so funny.
That would be awesome. I want to go. Take me. That would be really, really appreciated. I would love to go. Plus the 49ers might be, Anyway,
Eileen says, for those that are part of the 34.99 group, would you be able to check out their Poshmark closet to see what you think and provide feedback?
definitely. You can post it in the group, or you can. Right now, I'm kind of struggling to keep up with it, but I will be better at it because I got some help. So if I can't get to your store review, other people can definitely help you. But the most important part is that you post your work. What is it that you need help with? Is it your titles, your photos, your item specifics, your pricing, your sharing strategy? Poshmark is pretty straightforward because there's not really very powerful analytics. So it's really just making sure you share your closet several times a day, quality items, trendy items. Poshmark is pretty straightforward. I think that, in my opinion, Poshmark is easier than eBay because it's less competitive. So I don't know where they heard this, but people price their items higher so that they can deal with lowballers. I think that's really silly. That doesn't work. Like, people are gonna lowball you anyway. Might as well get the customers who are looking for a good deal. Like, I would say about half my Poshmark sales are buy it now. I don't wanna, just price at a good price. People will buy it, not even make an offer.
Kat is asking, how many employees do you have, part-time or full-time? Are they contractors or paid by the hour?
I have both. I have around 10, so people that are either full-time, part-time, or contractors. But I have all different versions of that, and all of them are classified correctly. So I have people here that are on a specific schedule or hourly, or they come when I tell them to come. Those are all W-2 employees. All the people that come and go, use their own equipment, those are all 1099. So I have both sets of people doing different kinds of things here. And be very careful when you're hiring people. It's a really good way to grow your business, but it's also quite difficult. I think it's maybe the hardest thing that I do is making sure employees are well trained. And that's my whole goal for 2024 is training. Earlier, I just took half an hour out of the day to go run some auctions, and I was able to run 18 auctions in the current format in 30 minutes. So I was telling them I'm kind of expecting around 35 auctions an hour. That's the pace that I can do, and I was not doing it. I said at the beginning I'm going to be doing this casually. I'm not doing it as fast as I can, because fast usually equals mistakes. So I'm focused on training, but about 10 people work here.
Taylor says, why don't you have your own private platform to sell on? You've been reselling for so long. I'd imagine in your shoes, I might be sick of paying eBay and whatnot a cut every single sale.
I want them to do the heavy lifting of the marketing, the customer service, the payment processing. I don't want to handle all of that. It costs way more than 15%. platform fees are, for me, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it's worth it. Making my own website is not that cheap. Trying to get people to go, and YouTube videos for me are just for a way for me to share my ideas. I'm not making, my YouTube channel is not optimized. In case, I mean, you guys probably, it's pretty obvious. It's not optimized. I'm not doing like beautiful storyboards with like hook, line, sinker, getting people with this huge payoff at the end of the video. I don't really treat my YouTube channel like that. I just share ideas with you guys. To get your own audience, you gotta be on it. It's so hard to get people to listen to you like that and sell stuff. That's a whole different ballpark. I don't know if I can do that. That's like, I'm here to share ideas, but like to build an audience of consumers, that's hard. People here are here usually to, are you guys here to earn more money, or are you guys here because it's entertaining? I feel like the way more people here to try to make some more money, which is a smaller population than, I'd be going after the consumer market trying to sell people stuff full price if I was doing marketing. Resellers are cheap. They're trying to buy my stuff so they can reflip it. They're not trying to pay $80 for a pair of sneakers, right? $80 for a pair of sneakers that's retail $130 is a pretty good deal, and you're fine with that. But like, you're a reseller, you want it for $2. So I don't know if I have the right audience. I have the right audience to do wholesale, but I don't want to do wholesale. I'm not, I want to sell all my items one or two at a time. I don't want to sell big lots of things because there's a lot of headache. And to be frank with you guys, when you sell giant lots, the inventory mix is scary. Because like, if I was selling shoes 50 at a time, somebody might get all size 5. Right? Or I got to spend a lot of time sorting. So everybody gets 2 size 5, 2 size 5.5, 2 size 6, 2 size 6.5, 2 size 7. That's like a really complicated. It costs a lot of money to sort. And then also the problem of splitting it all up is that now it's a race to the bottom. Everybody got the same lot. So I'd rather not do that. I'd rather sell retail to customers. I don't mind paying whatnot their fees. I'm really sad that they don't give me a discount on fees. I think that's kind of BS. I should be getting a discount on fees, but I don't. So it is what it is. They're coming out here next week, or this week or next week, so they better at least buy me lunch. But I'm paying full price on everything. I'm doing my own promotions. I don't know. I probably spend 30 grand a month on whatnot marketing for myself. To bring my own people to the platform, I'm spending 30K. So, you know, hopefully I don't know what they're gonna do, but I'm like, they don't care about me. They told me I'm in top 10 seller, top 10%. So I feel like maybe all their resources go to the cards. I don't know. I'm not getting any of the money. Who is getting the bag? It's not me. I'm not getting the bag, which is really sad.
Who are the top sellers on?
I don't know. I don't know who the top sellers are. Yeah. I'm like, can you guys at least introduce me to some so I know what to do next?
Yeah.
I'm lucky that I went to Doll's Kill and it's local and I got to see their operation. That helped me a lot. But I don't know how to get to the next level. I'm not big enough for whatnot to care. So I want to get to the point where they're like, okay, Chris, we're going to give you some juice. Let's go in on this type of inventory or something like that. Or like, you're going to get reduced fees, or we're going to give you a giveaway budget, but I'm not getting any of that. So I don't know how to get in their good graces. And I have a rep at Whatnot, and she's very nice, but I haven't really gotten anything from her as far as like any financial help or, I don't know. But I mean, is that even their responsibility? What do you guys think? Are we responsible for bringing people to our own shows, or are they? I don't know. Is it their job to help me get more people?
We've been going for a bit over an hour.
Okay.
Do you want
one more question?
Eileen is asking, should I verify my comps on the platform only that I'm selling it on, or use eBay as my only source?
Only eBay. eBay is the true value of what things cost. So I would go to eBay, do your planning there, figure out your pricing, and then when you go to Poshmark or Mercari, you'll usually be a lot cheaper and do a lot better because people are not as savvy on those websites. eBay is like all sharks. Amazon is all sharks. surprisingly, Whatnot is very hard, in my opinion. Getting started, it's like crickets. It's really hard to get going. Once you get going, get your following, get your routine in, your scheduling, doing the same time, same shows every week, you'll be fine. But in the beginning, it's really hard. Really hard. All right, guys, come to my show. We're giving away 2 Super Bowl tickets. It costs $18,000 for those tickets. If you win, please take me. If you well, actually, take someone you love first, and if they say no, then take me. But hopefully you guys will be in the show next week. You have to buy 1 shoe to enter. And if you don't want to buy anything, you can also read the fine print and enter for free on that day. So you get $20,000 worth of tickets for free. And if you guys don't have any money to resell, we give away something like every 15 minutes on the stream. You can get stuff for free for just helping me build my publicity. Right? If you're at home right now and you don't have any money, don't say I didn't offer you something. Something for nothing. All right, guys, appreciate you.